Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Reality Realness, also streaming on Entertainment in Color. I'm your host, Francis, with my co-host, Miss TJoy up top. How are you today, Miss TJoy?
I'm making it. I'm making it, but
You're
I'm
making it.
here.
Oh no.
Oh no. I have my allergies. My eye has been swollen, but we here.
We here. We here. How was your Thanksgiving?
Oh, that was nice. That was nice. It was nice to be around family, and my mother is an awesome cook, so the food was
Ooh.
delicious. So that was nice.
And Mika is here as well. Tamika, how are you doing today? And how was your Thanksgiving?
I'm good. My Thanksgiving was good. I didn't have to cook. I went out to eat, which was nice.
Oh, and I guess also your son's birthday dinner. How was that as well?
Yeah.
Uh, a little rushed.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, not necessarily our fault. It was just like the buffet wasn't as good as we remember. I
Oh,
Oh,
think I think it's been hit by COVID. So
so
oh
they don't have
yeah.
like as good a selection as they used to.
yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
no. Well, then at least there was Thanksgiving out a couple days later, so that you got some potentially some good food.
Yeah. I spent all day yesterday cooking. So
Oh, you did all the cooking. What did you have on the menu?
yesterday I made ham, potato salad, mac and cheese, stuffing. I basically made Thanksgiving dinner Sunday.
For Sunday dinner.
Yeah.
Okay.
When my kids returned. So
That's perfect. Well, that's actually what we do in Canada. We don't have Thanksgiving like you guys have it on a Thursday, but
hmm
yeah.
we generally have it on. I think it's a Monday actually, so or it's
Oh,
Sunday, like
really?
Sunday or Monday. Like Monday, I think is the holiday. So yeah, like we don't. It's not on a Thursday for us at all. So definitely
Oh.
Sunday or Monday is usually when Thanksgiving dinner would be
And
for
what
us.
month is it? Is it
October.
It's
October?
October. That I know.
I think it's
So
the
my
first
Canadian
weekend.
cousins are always 1 month ahead of us.
Right? A month and a half? Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay.
Jessica's here. Hello,
Hi,
Jessica. New time,
Jessica.
new place. Just getting through this episode, this season of The Real Love Boat. I don't know what it is. I really want to like it. But
Me too.
it's a really a tough, it's just
It
tough.
is. And it doesn't matter what twist they throw in it. I'm still struggling. I'm still struggling. It's like
What
oof,
is it?
it's a struggle.
Is it like, do you think it's casting?
Yes. Yes.
I think
Because,
it's casting.
yeah.
Um, I do like the last few episodes. I do like what they've done,
Hmm.
They should
but
have been doing it from the beginning, though.
that's what I was gonna say. But it's like the momentum is off. Like they should have been doing what they're doing now in the beginning, where a bunch of people come on the boat. They have a couple days to mix
Meet
and mingle,
people. Yes.
kick them off. Instead, they're doing like a Casa Amor right now.
Kinda.
Does it
But
make
Love
like,
sense
Island
in the
must
middle
really
of
be
the
the
show?
thing. It's like everyone copies kind of like the Casa More in their own way, like
Yeah.
type of
well, it's
thing.
because Island is from the UK and they got their formula works. Like it works, definitely works for British TV. Then when it came to the US, season 1, 2, and 3, 1 and 2 were iffy. Season 3, you know what I mean? Like they're starting to figure out how to make it work with the American people, American public, and stuff like that. And season 4, I thought they did a pretty great job. Like I thought it was a pretty good season. And
hmm
so, in
Season
general,
3 is gonna hit Netflix this month
mhm,
at December, and I'm just like, oh, it's gonna be a shit show.
do
It's
you think? Oh, but people reliving what happened with Justine.
it's season 3. Season 2 was
Oh,
just
sorry.
season 3,
Oh, with
but yeah,
Cash, I mean.
with Cash and Cinco, yes, it's gonna be a shit show.
I'm actually it's interested to hear how that people start talking about that season again
Wow.
because yeah, oh, yeah, that would be fun. But anyways, my point is that they figured out how to at least do Love Island USA pretty well,
Right.
Mhm.
and the Love Boat. I mean, I know it might take a couple of seasons, but I don't think that they got them.
they're not gonna get a couple seasons to make it work. They're not gonna get it. They're not gonna get a couple seasons.
Yeah.
They might get one more season, but if it's not done in the second season, like done right, and I feel like the casting is off all the way around. The captain,
Mhm.
the crew, the bartender, all of the casting is off because even if we like them, they're not meshing well with the contestants. Nothing is flowing. The only silver lining is Rebecca and Jerry.
I
That's
really
the
like them.
only
I
silver
do.
lining. So it's like casting has to be, done better all the way around.
And one week I was saying like, oh, like if they lean into being cheesy and kitsch, just go fully that direction. I think it could work, but they kind of pull back from it being that cheesy, and then they want it to be serious, and then but
They
like
want it
then
to
they're
be
bringing on
competitive,
people.
and then
Yeah,
they want it
you
to
know what I
be
mean.
this.
They
And,
have to pick their lane, I think, and
yeah,
go a little bit like have more confidence that that's what they need to do instead of trying everything and seeing what sticks.
yeah.
Because as much as like I enjoy Shaylin and Daniel, everybody else I'm kind of like, nah.
Mhm.
I'm like,
Emily and Marty kind of
Yeah.
weren't so boring this episode. I mean,
but I don't care
Emily
about
was
the
definitely
relationship.
not Emily was definitely not boring. I definitely got to see a different side of her, and it's like
Mhm.
she's not just like the boring virgin. That being said, I don't necessarily I feel like she let things build to this point because she was even saying,
hmm
"Oh, he was doing this stuff before, and I noticed it, but you didn't say anything. You didn't address it. You just kept going. So are you actually? Yes, you can throw yourself off a bridge and work that out. But if you can't have simple communication and say, "Listen, I don't like the
right,
fact that you're
right.
doing this. It makes me uncomfortable. It's a big red flag for me." Prior to somebody walking through the door, have you actually been fair to him?
But I
She
think it's
hasn't been fair to
also
him, and I think she has one of those personalities where she doesn't say anything, and you don't know what she's thinking, so you can never fix it. And then 6 months later, she's like, "I can't do this anymore," and you like, "Do what?" Because you have been doing this thing for 4 months, and she said nothing.
but
Right.
wouldn't you maybe blame though the format of the show? It's kind of like you want to stay on the boat for as long as possible. So, if there's no other potential options for me, I'm going to stick with what I have and try to make it work. But, maybe just like not saying anything about these red flags because maybe she thinks they'll go away, or she thinks that she'll be able to meet somebody else and then just jump ship, literally.
I mean, I would say that if it was simple things, but what she's saying is he won't allow her to have discussions with other people, like he monopolizes her time. That is a
Mhm.
big red flag that I would have absolutely kicked me off the boat then. I would absolutely
Now,
address that.
but also though, I'm just playing devil's advocate. Like I agree with both of you what you're saying, but we saw though on Bachelor in Paradise that Kate and Eliza wanted their partner to be this kind of obsessive and don't let you talk to other people, and I want you're all mine. Like they want that, and so it's very possible that Marty's like a Scorpio or something. That is kind of the energy that he brings out, and she's not.
Mhm.
So, I mean,
But they were very vocal what I can give them is once it didn't happen, they vocalized, "I wanted you to do this." Like as soon as it didn't get done, they vocalized, "Hey, but I just wanted you to say," whether it was 5, 10 minutes later or when they came back from the date, they vocalized, "You didn't do what I wanted you to do." Even
Right.
though in their head they hadn't communicated it before, they did say something then. She isn't saying anything at all.
Right. And wrong or right, Miss TJoy is absolutely right. They stood their ground, which we Tauruses usually do. Wrong or right, that for them, that was a
Mhm.
red flag. For them, that was an issue in communication. They wanted to be communicated like that, and they vocalized it. So,
Mhm.
I need to know their signs. Does
yeah.
anybody know? We learned a couple
I
today, but
don't
I
know.
want to know everybody's, please. So this episode is called "The Party Crashers," and the beginning of the episodes are talking about how how they feel bad for Nathan for finding someone and then having to leave right away, and that's another thing that like I don't appreciate about this season. Like, I get it. Like, ooh, it's shocking just leaving people on the port. Like, ooh, you don't want to be left behind. But like, it's a love show. So like, wouldn't you want people that are making love connections stay on the boat? You know what I mean? And then like, and I know this competition, like it was for the twist of it all that the two slowest teams are going to be, kicked off by the winning team. I get it. That was their gimmick for the week. But like, it didn't allow for me to care about a love connection, right? Because the team that won don't like each other.
And it's funny because it's like it really kind of was like Love Island. It's like they do that double dumping right before Casa Amor, and it's like, oh my god, but that couple really liked each other, but the audience voted them out, and then it's like, okay, why do we care about all these people? We don't care. We just don't care.
No, we just don't care.
I just don't care at all. It'll take me like a good 3 episodes to care about a couple potentially, right?
Yep.
And then I'll have to actually like their personalities separately first, and then care about them as a couple potentially after. And there's I care a little bit about Jordan and Kendra for the fact that I've seen them together a little bit now. And I care about Daniel and Shaylin. Do I care about anyone else? I don't care about Marty and Emily, unfortunately.
Right. Because we don't like Marty separately. That's why we don't care, because we don't like Marty separately.
I didn't like Emily.
I'm not really a fan of either of them separately. Yeah. They're okay.
Yeah. I liked her a lot better but I still feel like she is as much the issue
as him. I agree.
Well, I think that they kind of like they're thrown into like this relationship, and all of a sudden they have to be super serious. And I think that she got the ick on that when they had the captain's suite or whatever, and he was just kind of staring at her with like fuck me eyes, and I think she got really uncomfortable, and I think she got grossed out, to be honest.
Yeah.
Right? If you're not reciprocating somebody's sexual energy, it's kind of gross, right?
And maybe that's where it is. Maybe it wasn't so much that she had all these issues before, but it's like she got the ick, and it's like, oh fuck that, he does this, he does that.
Everything's eliminated. Yeah.
Right. It was a combination. Now I know how Chantel feels about this because she's an Aquarius. So I know how she feels about clinginess. How do you feel, Tamika, about clingy men?
Clingy in what way? Because
you know how, okay, so even, I know we're going to get to it, but like 24, like every day, and he thought it was an issue that she was like, we don't have to see each other every day. He like, the person I'm with, we need to spend time together. She like, okay, but it doesn't have to be every day. But he kind of had an issue that she didn't want to see him every day. And to me, that's not an issue. We already got to see each other every day when we get married. We got to live in the same house. So why do we have to see each other every day? If we're consistent in this bond, we know where we stand. Okay, we gonna see each other every day.
For me, though, quality time is like my love language. So I don't mind an every day. Like, even if it's just a couple hours. Like, I don't mind, but I'm also the type of person, we don't have to be in the same room, like, chit-chatting. I just want to lie in bed with my person. I could be reading a book. They can be scrolling on their phone. We could be watching it. Like, for me, that is like the ultimate. But because quality time for me is a big thing.
Yeah. Quality time for me is my love language. But I guess the older I get, I think it's also because I'm set in my ways. For one, I have never been married. I'm in my early 40s. I don't have kids. So I'm an only child. So I have been pretty much had my own space. Even in college, my freshman year, my roommate left after 2 months. She couldn't handle it. So then I had turned the room into like her bed was like the couch area. And that's where I kept my company. And then my bed portion was the part where I sleep in because I don't like people sitting with their day clothes on my bed. So I turned it into a couch.
Wait, are you Jamaican? I thought this is a Jamaican thing.
Yeah, that's just the Americans do that too. My best friend is like that too. She's American.
Oh, my mom was always like, don't you put your outside clothes in my bed? Like, never. Like, I'm like, ugh. Like I have to shower before I go to sleep in bed.
So it's just a thing. So I've always had my own space. So the older I get, I think about, oh my goodness, I have to share my space. Don't get
Mhm.
me wrong, love, 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 but I'm gonna have to share my house, my space, all of that for the rest. I want it to be one time and for the rest of my life. So the more I get to it, I'm like, that's a lot. So I guess I'm like, when you're going together, it's like, yeah, but do we have to be every day? Because if we get married, we gonna already be every day. We can skip a couple days. Not saying that I want to go weeks. I'm just saying he was acting like if she didn't agree to every day, it was a red flag and it's a problem. And I was just like, is that where we're at? Cause
Well, that seems to be like what was going on with Brittany and Tyler, because he probably wanted to see her every day, and she's like, "Can we
Mhm.
just take a little step back? I need a little
right,
space."
And
And
what's
right,
that?
so
Cancer, right? He was
he's
right.
Cancer.
cancer. He's cancer.
Yes,
She's
he was
Yeah.
Aquarius.
definitely clinger. If I said we need some space and 4 hours later you trying to call me through the DM, didn't I just tell you I need some space? Why are you doing that? Why are
Yeah.
you doing that?
Like I would be if someone said that to me, I'd be so passive aggressive about it. Like I wouldn't talk to him for a week.
And if you watch Nate, Michelle's Nate
Uh-huh.
TikToks, he's very much the same way, very clingy. He's like, all his
Really?
TikToks are about how he like meets somebody, he's like automatically in love with them, which I think is so hilarious. Because I believe
Really?
him. Yeah, you gotta watch it. They're hilarious. You,
I
I
wouldn't picture
absolutely
him as
believe him.
clingy. I wouldn't picture him
He's
as
a
clingy.
cancer.
He's a
Oh.
Cancer. I'm telling you, that's why
So is that was
I
part of the
believe
reason
him.
because she wasn't trying. He really didn't want to move anymore to Minnesota, but he was clingy, and
I
that.
don't think he ever didn't want to move to Minnesota. I
Oh,
think they couldn't decide if they were going to stay in Minnesota. They got that. I think that $200,000 created a chink in the in their relationship, because at that point
ooh,
it was, well, I mean, they couldn't use that money to buy anything in Minnesota. All the houses in the good areas were millions and millions of dollars. And then I think she did want to take a break from teaching, so now they were both looking to move to LA, and then it was like at that point then they started fighting.
oh, okay.
Hmm. Well, Kendra and Jordan are talking about fighting in these challenges because they really want to have some power, or they want to ensure that there's safety because they didn't like the idea that they could have been taken out of the show. Jerry and Rebecca return, and now we're going to be going over to Athens. And so the cruise director is wanting everybody to meet him on the, I don't know, I guess the stage area to introduce them to the new activity called falling in love. What are you laughing at?
Because I was like, wait, did we see the captain this episode? Because then I was like, and then you like the Captain K. I was like, yeah, that's.
Oh, I meant cruise director then if I said
Oh,
captain.
okay. Because I was like, I
Oh,
don't
okay.
remember.
Oh, yeah. Because I was thinking, I was like, maybe it's me. I haven't seen it in a while. So I was
But you know
like,
what though?
maybe it was me.
I loosely looked at I saw a preview for the Love Boat Australia, and I think it's the same captain. I only saw a small little thumbnail, but I think he's also the captain of that one as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it was
Oh,
interesting.
okay.
I kind of think I want to go watch that one because I know Hannah, because I watched Below Deck, and so I'm curious to see if it lands better with Australian people.
But they've had a season before ours, right? Was
I think
theirs
there's
first?
still only one. It came out before
Okay.
ours. Yes. I think it came out like a month before, like, or a couple months before.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, because I was saying the same thing. I want to see how they did it to see if I like it better.
Hmm.
Not to, I mean, I don't really necessarily like Love Island Australia better, but
I just there's somebody that keeps on asking me to watch Love Island Australia this season, and I watched the first
Mhm.
episode and I kind of hated it. And then I
Yeah,
was like, I'll give it a little, I'll try a little bit more, but I'm not enjoying the people really, and maybe it's 'cause I don't find them attractive or funny, or I don't know, that it's not working for me so far. But apparently it's
yeah.
gonna get really dramatic. But like, am I gonna care? I'm not
I
sure.
don't know. Yeah, it hit Hulu this week. For any American out there that wants to watch it, I also gonna check out the first couple episodes. But I agree. When I looked at the cast, the original cast, I was like, I don't care about these people. And then the only reason why I might go back is because of they did like basically what they've been doing with the other series of they brought in a former cast member as a bombshell, so I kind of want to see what happens with that. But I don't necessarily like how they do stuff in
No.
Australia, so I don't know if I'll necessarily like Love Boat Australia any better anyway.
I mean, I think for me, it's like I don't jive with the humor. I've even tried to watch Drag Race Down Under, and like I was like, I love Drag Race, and it's just such like fluff, like fun to watch, and I'm like, and I'm not enjoying this. This is wild. Like I always enjoy Drag Race, and I love Drag Race UK. I'm like, oh my god, these people are amazing, and so maybe I'm just like don't jive with Australian humor and vibes. Maybe I don't know. But yeah, I will give it a second shot, but I don't know. I'm not sure if it's going to be better than this at all. So yeah, sorry. It was the cruise director Matt is talking about falling in love. So what do you guys think of this challenge that he's introducing to them?
I want to try it.
I was like, thank God. I probably would chicken out. That's like one thing I've said. That and skydiving are like the two things I was like, never, not me.
Oh, never.
Really? I want to do both, but I haven't worked up the. It's like I want to do them, but I just haven't worked up the nerve to do them. But I do want to do them.
I don't even think I would go in a helicopter, to be fair.
I've
Really?
been in a helicopter before.
Yeah, only because not only do I have like a fear of heights, but I also get very like sometimes claustrophobic. Like sometimes I don't even close the bathroom door because it feels like it's closing in.
Interesting.
So I don't know if I could sit in like a tiny helicopter in the sky.
Oh, it does. I mean, I don't have what you experienced, but like I found you feel kind of spacious because you feel really it's close to outside. I think I showed you my pictures before where I'm like literally can touch like mountains in a helicopter.
Yeah, no.
I think it's a little bit scary just because like every once in a while like you could feel like it drop a bit. Yeah. So that I was like when I was in, I was like, oh, this might be the way that I go out. Okay.
I would have a heart attack. Even on roller coasters now, like big roller coasters, I can't even go on anymore because those like dips, they give me like mini panic attacks.
I went parasailing and I had the best time, like up in the sky, and when you come down, you can either be dipped in the water or not dipped in the water. And me and my friend wanted to go together, and then I was like, no, I want to go by myself. And once I got in my gear and I started going up, and I looked at her face, I was like, dang it, we should have done it together, because I'm like, she's not gonna do it now, because she was looking as they kept putting me up. And my dad is on the boat. He has this thing about heights. And he's telling the man, I can't see my daughter. Where is she? And he's like, you got to go to the other side of the boat because we've done a turn. And my dad's like freaking out. But I had the best time of my life. I came down, they dipped me. And I was like, I want to do it again. But of course, I didn't want to pay the fee again. We had all these other people had to go. But it was really, really fun.
I've never done that, but I would. That I'm not scared of at all. I would probably say I'm more scared of bungee jumping than skydiving for the fact that bungee jumping, it's just so far dropping that like, and having to jump off would be a little bit more scary. I don't know. I feel like skydiving will be less scary.
I think so too. Also, because you can take the classes to do it yourself, or you can be attached to a person.
I'll be attached to a person. I'm not going to do that for myself.
So I think it's less scary because it's a professional. But with the bungee, even though you're in that harness gear, it's like the only thing that's really is like that rope around the one ankle. And you always have this fear, like, what if their equipment isn't working right? Somebody didn't tie it right, So I mean, I want to do it, but I chicken out every time.
The only thing I ever did was when I went to Vegas, I did the zip line.
Yes, wasn't that fun? That was fun.
Yeah, but
easy zip lines.
Yeah, but I like I said, zip line in Jamaica, nope. Like, now I wonder which has more of. So here's my analytical thinking: which has more risk? Bungee jumping like off a building or whatever, or bungee jumping like off a bridge into water? Like which, if the rope snaps, which one is worse?
I
Because
think they're
I'm
both
just
gonna
like,
be bad. I
yeah,
would think water might be better.
Yeah,
yeah,
because at least if you know how to swim, you got a chance.
yeah.
You
But you still
know.
got to break through the water.
Oh, girl.
It'll be painful for sure.
Okay, Tamika, thanks.
I mean,
Sorry, I told
I
you.
bet chicken out. I bet chicken out. That's
I
fine.
mean, I do feel like the way that I'm gonna bungee jump would more likely be on like the Amazing Race or something like that. Like,
Uh-huh.
I don't know if I'll be signing up to go bungee jumping,
Mhm.
but I would do it if it was something like I was with a group of people and we're like, hey, let's go bungee jumping. I'd be like, all right, I guess I'm bungee jumping today. But I don't think I would make the plans to do it. Skydiving is something that I could see making a group plan, being like, hey, we should all go skydiving together. And so I could see it more likely something that I will do, if even not being on like a reality show or stuff like that.
Nice.
But Shaylin is not feeling this
Not
task
feeling
at
it
all.
Not feeling it
She's
at all.
trying to be calm, but she doesn't want to show any weakness. But she is scared. She's scared. Very scared.
She is me. I am her.
But she did do it, Tamika. So are
She
you
did,
saying?
but she had her boo right there. I'm just telling you that I don't even know if I could have even with that.
Well,
Even
Kendra
if
goes
your man
first,
was
though.
encouraging you, come on, baby, you can do it, baby.
How would you freak out? Let me see your freak out a little bit.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I'd just be quiet off to the side. Back in the
I'll be like,
Tamika's
come on,
not
like, are you ready to go? Like, let's go. You're gonna go.
and I'm
Next.
gone. I'm already off the.
Well, Kendra is not scared at all. She is going first. She goes, and they're doing this backwards, which I think would be easier to do. Just like fall backwards, just be like, all right, let's like.
I think so too.
I think backwards would be easier to just like close your eyes and cross your fingers. Going forward, you'd have to like really thrust yourself forward, which could be a little more scary, I'd say. And then Jordan does go after her, and he was pretty scared. And after, it was the first time I saw a real connection, in my opinion, between the two of them. Was like he kept on hugging her, and he was like, "Oh my god, I'm so happy that you were here." And he just kept on going and like, getting like closer for the hug, and it was the realest I've seen him be, emotionally, and like it wasn't romantic, but it was connected. I could see
vulnerable.
Vulnerable, exactly. So I was impressed. I was like, okay. Jordan's a little bit vulnerable here with Miss Kendra. I like to see it. Dustin, who's he? But he didn't seem to have a problem with him, nor did Sydney. I don't know. Definitely don't care about her either. Okay, moving on. Emily wants to go first. And then Marty goes after and wasn't very graceful. He was not graceful at all. I remember thinking like, ooh, that didn't look cute. So, but then like Daniel is trying to comfort Shay. He's like, it's scary, but you can do it, because he ends up going. He was really scared as well, but he's like, I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna do it. And he does it, and he comes back and he's comforting her. He's like, it's scary. It is, but you can do it. And I was like, yeah, she can do it. So Mika, if Daniel said that to you, would you do it?
Again, so I'm a Taurus, and we are stubborn. Once we get whatever, so there's no amount of once it's in my head, that's it. There's no amount of convincing, which is why it's funny. There used to be people who are like, "Oh, you follow." I was like, "I'm not a follower," because there's no amount of convincing anybody. If I do something, I'm doing it of my own volition, because there's no amount of convincing anybody will do to make me do it.
Right.
So that's a no, I guess. If you decided that you do not want to do it, you are not going to do it. All right. Well, Shaylin does do it. Even though she was terrified, she jumped. And when she jumped, I cried a little bit, because I knew that it was really scary for her. Aww. And I do appreciate when people overcome things. So she was really scared. She got what she needed from her partner. She able to make the jump. She took a leap of faith that she was going to be okay. And I thought it was kind of sweet. So I teared up.
Oh.
So Matt is explaining that the guys are going to be picking the outfits for the girls and vice versa for the goddess and god party. So we have like a kind of a shopping montage with the guys and the girls. What do you think about the idea of this goddess and gods party?
I like it. I've never been to one, but it sounds fun. I like it.
I wish that we learned their astrology signs through this.
I do too. I really do too.
Well, all gods and goddesses are related to mythology,
Exactly.
so
Exactly.
let me hear it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I liked it. I just didn't like the execution. Like provide them outfits.
You didn't like, well, the men were pretty upset with the
Oh yes,
outfits.
they were upset.
So
They were
you're
like, "We
upset
took our
too?
time getting them good stuff, and this is what they bring us."
Jordan was pissed. He's like, the girls did such a bad job picking outfits for us. We did such a good job for them. I mean, I think that the producers just did them a little bit dirty for drama's sake, I guess. But the girls love their outfits. I mean, I love a good outfit. I love a good dress up. So I would
Me
be,
too.
whatever they gave me to wear, I'd be fine with it. So Sydney, though, who's with Dustin, right? She hopes that there's going to be a new boy at this party for her. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So
Basically, she just
go
used
ahead.
Dustin instead. 'Cause she don't want him. She doesn't want him.
I would have way rather seen, what's his name? Nathan and Tyler
Yeah.
Navigate this.
right now, right?
Right. I agree.
So we're at the party and there's servers there with masks on, and Jerry and Rebecca talk about temptation coming over, and there are these new singles, and so everybody that had been serving them, these people in these masks, are their new temptations that are going to be, as Mika was saying, kind of like our Casa Amor.
Mm-hmm.
So we're introduced to these singles. And they're going to be calling the shots. So what does this mean?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. What does it mean? Calling the shots. Does that mean that they get to pick, or does it mean that they get to decide who they want to spend time with, who they want to go on a date with? That's what I'm trying to. And then you're saying it for 3 ports. I don't understand. I don't know.
So basically, like, they like these new people better, and so they can just break up all the couples that they have and then start from scratch.
I don't know. Maybe this is why they said we at the halfway point, because it's a lot going on. We know at least we got 3 more weeks because it's at least 3 more ports. Because they like for 3 ports they get to take over. So I'm like, what does that mean? I don't know.
I mean, I understand allowing them to break up a couple, pick dates.
But like, are they going to be dropped? Okay, you could break them up, go on some dates, like be coupled up with them for a bit. But are they going to be dropping the people at ports?
Right.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Right.
That's what I don't understand.
I don't think so, though. I really don't. I think for 3 weeks they're going to be mixed in the bunch. I don't think they're going to drop. I just don't think they're going to drop people off, because
they can't. Like, if they stay on the boat, okay, I'm fine. I don't care. That's fine. But like, if like they do go infiltrate a relationship and then they kick their partner off when they don't even want to be in this couple with this new person, I don't think that works.
Because that would mean 4 people would be leaving.
Like, that would be like when Bria comes onto Love Island and decides that she wants to be with Timmy, that Zeta actually would have gone home.
Right. That's not right.
And look at the relationship between these two right now.
Exactly.
Like, so we would not have that relationship. Timmy and Bria are not going to work out, I don't think, because like he was never feeling her like he's feeling Zeta, and we would have never had that relationship that won the game. Like, anyways, so they better get this twist on point, because like it's already irritating me thinking what they probably are going to do. So Shaylin is kind of irritated by this new twist, but she's going to take a back seat for now. Emily thinks that Matt is cute, so Matt pulls Emily over for a chat. So Matt is from Toronto.
The Thor. Lookalike.
Long hair. He's had bad luck in love. Do you guys find him attractive? I don't.
Of the 2 guys that came,
I think the other guy personally is better looking.
I think he's more attractive than the other guy.
Yeah, I'm with Miss TJoy.
I mean, I don't find either of them are my thing, but I feel
Right.
like the other guy is a little bit like he's more cute, I guess. But yeah, I don't find Matt attractive personally at all. Because I was just thinking, I'm like, is he only good looking because he has a nice body and long hair? And I was like, if you shaved his head or put him in a low haircut, like I don't think he'd be hot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it would definitely be the hair.
Mm-hmm.
Body's okay. Body draw me, but yeah, probably the hair. But also, I thought the shape of his face was like handsome.
Yeah,
Whereas
he's.
the
I
other,
mean, neither of them are unattractive, like
yeah,
actually.
the other guy's shape of face wasn't attractive to me.
I see
And I
that.
definitely didn't like the other guy's hair. It's like an in between. I
Oh
didn't like
yeah, the hair. That's what I said. I think it was the hair because
it.
the other guy's hair was like, oh no no no.
Right.
So we meet also Suzanne, and so she's from a great big family, Greek family, and everybody thinks that Suzanne is quite gorgeous. I don't remember what she looks like right now, unfortunately, but I do remember
She looked like
thinking.
a pretty Greek woman. Hmm.
Mhm.
We learned that she's a Libra. Love hearing that, and Jordan is a Virgo. Okay, so we got two signs down. I was just trying to scroll right now to see if we could find on Instagram of Shaylin's sign. I want to know her sign, and Emily's. I want to know them all.
I know.
Dylan is the other bombshell, we'll call them. He grew up in a small town, Midwest. He is an accountant. And so
He
why did
doesn't
he
look like an. Now he does not look like an accountant.
but why doesn't he want to tell people that he's an accountant? Is it because they think that it's more
Accountants are
nerdy?
boring jobs. Yes, nerds.
Oh.
I
Nerds.
will say, as an accountant, on all of my dating app profiles, I put travel agent.
So it's okay, so you get it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
kind of like it's not fair, but it's kind of like a stereotype that you're kind of boring and
Boring
nerdy.
and like okay.
Yeah.
But as you get older, you think an accountant is a stable person and good with
I
money.
I don't think I'd ever
As you
date an
get
accountant, to
older,
be
but
honest.
when you're younger, you're like that's boring. You know, no, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For some reason, people think, and then they also think that you're good at math. I'm like, that's not what accounting is. Like, I'm not counting math, right? Like, I'm
You're just
counting
crunching
whatever
numbers.
my company sells. So,
Hilarious though. Dylan though dates toxic women, and I'm always like, interesting. Why? I want to learn more about like why does he date
He's
toxic women?
probably toxic too.
I'm like, what happened in your childhood? Like, who was the first person that broke your heart? Like, I'd want to know all these extra details, but we got none of it. So Sydney though is getting along with him so far. They kind of look good together, like both blondish, kind of
They look more each other's type. Hmm.
Midwest. I think they both are.
Yeah.
Yeah, they seem to vibe. And then we meet Bree as well. So Bree, another black girl that's gonna go and try to get Daniel, which I'm like
Right.
irritated by. It's like why couldn't I forget the other man's name, but that was like kind of going for Shaylin. Why couldn't he still be there and like some of the other people of color, so that when people of color come on, they
Exactly.
don't just go for the one person of color
The
that they might
color.
be interested in.
Exactly.
and
Really
again,
irritating.
the age disparity. She's 29, just like Shayla.
Yep. Like she's probably lovely. She's an NFL cheerleader, and she has like she's pretty bubbly.
She's
Like
gorgeous, and
They're both from Florida, right? Her and Daniel.
Shaylin's from Toronto.
No, I'm talking about her and Daniel.
Daniel, I think he's from Atlanta. No,
he's from someplace else. I think either like his dad lives in Florida. She was
oh right, they were
saying.
connecting.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and so he knew the area that she's from, and like they like had some common connections.
Okay,
Which
yeah. I
again
thought he
is
lived in Atlanta, but was from
nice.
Florida or his parents. Okay, yeah, parents.
But like, can there be another option for her? It's just so
Or
irritating.
can there be people who like all cultures and races?
Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. Well, like that would be other options, right?
right.
Like, I'm sure that she would be open to dating more backgrounds and races, but it's the other backgrounds and races that tend to not. They
Right,
they either
exactly.
do it or they don't do
Right.
Exactly.
it. Then we see Marty steals Emily away, and she did not like it. She thinks that Marty is controlling and that he might be jealous and clingy. I feel like her air sign is coming forward, and Marty's water sign is coming forward. Like, he might be a Scorpio and she might be an Aquarius, because like they're not vibing, and I really do think it came from that getting the ick that night. Because remember, she didn't even give him a kiss goodbye. She just like zipped right by. Like, she was like, ugh. And I think it's because they didn't connect sexually. And if you're not on the same page there, like, and you get the ick, it's kind of hard to go back.
Yeah, because just because you're a virgin doesn't mean you don't have like having sexual chemistry with people. You know when you have sexual chemistry with somebody, you just might not act on it.
Yeah, I don't think she does. I don't think she does. And then also the fact that he thinks that her thinking being too clingy is like, she doesn't want anybody too clingy. He thinks that's a red flag. I'm like, wait, like, that's a red flag that you think it's a red flag. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's got a lot of red flags. But you see the different dynamics, whereas Kendra is also super clingy and aggressive and don't talk to my man, but Jordan doesn't.
Because Jordan's a Virgo. He might like it a little bit better.
I'm a Virgo. I don't like it at all.
But gee, I can't remember. You might have some things in Aquarius. I can't remember your chart right now. Well, that is pretty much it for the episode.
Yeah, because we just kind of left off, and we still don't know what the control means. We still nobody knows. It's like it was kind of up in the air.
No sail away ceremony. Did they give us a to be continued?
No, but the preview showed them asking Mike, aka Thor, something about who he wants to, because he's in control, who he wants to go on a date with, and he was about to say his answer.
Emily.
So I feel like maybe the control is just deciding who you want to go on a date with, because I don't know.
I mean, I don't know, because they also had them like lined up, so they could the day anything, because we see them go outside. They might even be able to like spend the entire night with them, which some of these couples haven't even gotten, like Kendra and Jordan.
Right? It's weird.
So that would piss them off. I just, control could mean a lot. That being said, I am glad that Daniel gets to explore.
Sure.
And the thing is that while they are the same age, Bree and Shaylin, I feel like, are like two different ends of the spectrum. Like, Bree is bubbly and a cheerleader, still very active. Whereas like Shaylin's like sweet and funny and serious, and so it's kind of gonna be like, what does he really want?
Well, unless this is incorrect, it looks like Shaylin's a Gemini, so her birthday is seemingly May 22nd.
Ooh.
So I don't know if we can find out Daniel's right
That's
away.
right at that's right on the border of Taurus and Gemini, right?
Mm-hmm. Daniel. What's the show called? The Real Love Boat. Is there anything else about this episode you guys want to talk about?
No. Like I said, I don't mind how they're doing things. I just kind of felt like it was like ass backwards. It's like, why start like this? Y'all should have started like this.
Right. I agree.
Yeah.
I did like the fact that Dustin and what's her name? Dang it.
Sydney.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry to that woman. I don't mean it. It was a total laugh. But I did like how they had a conversation like, I'm not gonna hold you back. Appreciate you, but we're not meshing. So, you do you and I'm gonna do me type of situation.
So if this is correct, Daniel is a Leo. So this is serene Brandon like energies that are happening with the Leo Gemini Tang.
Oh.
So that's very interesting. They're
Oh.
meant to work just like astrologically. You're smiling, Tamika. Why are you smiling?
Like, I'm not getting my hopes up. You never know.
I mean, it's a good thing. Let's see if we can find out Breeze to see if she has a shot in here.
Favorite couple. I'm not gonna lie that I'm not shipping. But I like Brie, and I want people to understand this. I really like Brie. I love
But
the
she
energy
need to be on a
they
different
made with.
show because of her personality. This ain't the show for her.
She just needed a different person to give her some variety. Like, she shouldn't
Yeah.
have to just pick between Daniel.
Exactly. And did you hear
Like Marty
Jerry
would
say,
never be into her. Maybe Dustin.
Maybe Dustin.
maybe
I
Dustin?
can see Dustin. I can see Dustin.
Yeah, I think Dustin's very open. Like whoever he
Yeah.
finds
Yeah.
compatible.
Yeah, I can
beautiful.
see Dustin. He's a little bit older. He has a mixed background, so he's going to be probably a little bit more open minded in terms of mixing with races and stuff like that. So yeah, I can see him maybe exploring something with Brie.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody else, Jordan, no, he
Maybe
likes his
Jordan.
blondes.
But he likes his blondes, and I think he does feel
Like
very
her.
locked in with Kendra, which is good. I like them together.
I think that was a turning point. Like Chantel said, he was hugging her so much. I think it was like a oh, okay. I've become vulnerable with her. I'm about to take her I'm not playing. I'm not playing no more. I'm gonna go ahead and concentrate on her. This is where I'm at. This is where I'm at. And if she could pick up on that, she wouldn't have to be so clingy. Like, you okay? Y'all okay? Like, ugh. Be secure.
Happy
Be
birthday,
secure.
B. Hold on. Let's see if we can find. Oh, this is not her. I thought I found Kendra's birthday, but it's a different Kendra. Well, that is definitely it. Jessica, do you have any thoughts or anything you want to share? Because this episode was half an episode, so we got half a recap.
I watched it. I was like, okay. That was
okay. Oh, so it was short, right? I was thinking like, that was quick.
Okay. But that's why I feel like it was short and it was slow. But I feel like that's why this episode should have been staged in the beginning, because it's like, oh wow, we could have gotten to know everybody. They would have had a lot of couples to mix and mingle with, and then do the dumping 2 days later. Like,
exactly.
And think about this, Tamika. Remember what we were saying last time about having a block of rooms? They have to have more rooms now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They could have done this from the beginning, have that block of rooms. Like it's they. Does everybody have their own room, or are they bunked up? Do we even know that?
I think they're in their own rooms, because why would the captain's suite be special if they had joint rooms the whole time? So I think separate for sure.
Yeah, I think either they're bunking together, meaning girls together, guys together. And then but that's why I'm saying I think it would have been more interesting if we find out, oh, you could pick one of the singles to spend the night with. Not like spend the night with, but like, spend the night with just to get to know each other. Because there are couples who are been on this boat who have not gotten to spend the night together. And that's kind of crazy.
Well, Jessica is just enjoying our recap. The episode was pretty bland, but it's starting to pick up a little. Well, hopefully this week it'll be a little bit better. I'll if I remember, I'm going to see if I can do some research and find some of these signs at least. Like, that'll make it a little bit more interesting to me. So I can at least look at like the dynamics and be like, oh, that could work, that won't work. And like, we can have some conversations there, because they're not really giving us these connections and like these conversations that I want to see. And so we might have to bring it ourselves. Well, but thank you both for talking with me today. What do you guys have going on that you want to share with the people?
Right now, I don't think I have anything. I just have some. I have to edit my podcast and then put out the new episode. Oh, actually, if you have not watched, my son and I did uh
The
ice
ice cream.
cream taste
Oh, that
test.
was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the Little Debbie's ice cream based on their snack cakes, and I put it out on Thanksgiving. But we have a part two coming out that we recorded this past weekend, and
It's
I
cute.
will put it out in probably in December for Christmas. Um, so I'm excited for that because it was very fun. So people didn't even know that there was Little Debbie ice cream.
I didn't know. I did
Yeah,
not know.
and we actually recorded that back in February, which is the funny part.
Really? I
Yeah.
did not know at all. I did the Little Debbie cereal, like the Little
Hmm.
Debbie
Yes.
oatmeal
Yes.
pie
Hmm.
cereal. I didn't know they had ice cream though. I like that
Yeah.
cereal though. I don't.
Yeah,
I didn't know they had ice cream.
they put out a few flavors in February, and then they put more flavors out this recently. So we'll give you. We didn't do all the chocolate flavors because neither one of us like chocolate, and you had just been getting very upset faces.
I don't like chocolate
Yeah,
either.
we don't like
I
chocolate.
don't love chocolate either.
Yeah,
Interesting.
Really? Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, it's
That is
okay.
interesting.
It's
yeah,
okay. Like,
yeah.
okay, what's your favorite chocolate bar? If you had to choose one.
Kit Kat or Reese's?
Twix. Twix. I need
I'm a
something
Twix
to
girl. I
break the
like Twix.
chocolate up. Like I like peanut M and M's,
Okay,
or
I love peanut M&M.
I can
Me
do
too.
Snickers, but in bite size. In bite size, I can't do a whole candy bar like a regular long one. I have to do bite size ones because it's like after a bite size,
That's
it's
enough.
too much chocolate. I'm like, ew, you
Yeah.
know.
I
I
like
like Twix.
I'd rather get that like little bite of chocolate. So I like the minis, and then or I'll like really expensive chocolate. So like Belgian
Yeah.
chocolate, or
Yeah,
there's
like
this
I like some
company I
salted
like
caramel chocolate.
exactly like in San Francisco that they have like a salted caramel, like the like heavy, really rich chocolate
Still
that
only one
makes it
bite,
worth it.
but like
Right,
good.
but it makes it worth it.
Yeah, yeah.
I like a
So
white.
yeah, I like Twix. I like. Do you like Wonder Bar? I like Wonder Bar actually as
I
well.
don't know what a
I
Wonder
don't know
Bar
what that
is.
is.
Oh, maybe it's
That might be a
Canadian.
Canadian one.
Yeah, it might
It's
be.
it's kind of like it has peanut butter and it has something crunchy and chocolate. Like
Mm,
I usually make it cold by putting it in the
Like a
fridge.
Reese's?
No, it's a
no,
bar. It's
it's
kind of
a
like
bar.
it's like a Mr. Big kind of, but it has like
What's
peanut
that?
butter.
I don't know.
You don't have
We
Mr.
don't
Big
have
either?
even
Uh-uh.
know.
Oh, okay.
And
What
the
about fruit nut? Fruit nut, that's kind of British, but you
yes,
guys
I
might
like
like fruit
fruit
nut.
nut. Chunky fruit nuts.
Ooh,
That's my favorite.
Huh, I never had that.
fruit nut is good. It's like nuts and like raisins. Oh, you have to
Okay.
get
Yeah,
raisins though.
Okay.
yeah,
I like fruit
uh,
nut.
yeah.
Anyways, we're talking about candy bars. More than we talked about this episode. So leave in the chat what are your favorite candy bars. And yeah, let us know which ones you like, which ones you don't like. Is Mr. Big and Wonder Bar a Canadian thing? I didn't even know it. I know you guys don't have Smarties, which I was like, I think it's
Yeah,
also
we do.
no, not
Like,
Smarties.
No, no,
What is
no,
it?
not the Smartie. You guys have a chocolate Smarties, right? Like,
Yeah, our Smarties is like
oop,
M&Ms
yeah,
without peanuts. It's a
yeah. Because
Smartie.
I've seen them. But we don't have that. We
What's the point of Smarties?
our Smarties is like sweets, like can't like like oh like the necklaces. You ever had like the necklaces?
oh yeah, yeah, the
Okay.
necklace.
Okay.
Yeah,
So that's how our Smarties are.
yeah.
Like where they're just like
They're different
sweet
colors.
candy.
They're
Yeah.
hard.
But
Oh,
they have a
like a
smart but they have a Smarties that's like chocolate with like a cover
Oh,
coating.
oh
Yeah.
no, we don't have.
basically our Smarties is like an M&M
Hmm.
with no nut inside of it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of
Oh,
like that. It's that kind of it's small like that. It's a
okay.
different it's like it's not as hard the shell.
Hmm.
Um different colors for sure.
Hmm.
And we have
Like
like
a
soft
Mentos, like a Mentos.
no, smaller than that.
No.
Oh,
They're like this big.
Like they're like a mini M&M. Like
Yeah.
it's
oh,
it's
the
small.
mini plain M and M's. The mini
Plain.
Yeah,
plain M&Ms. Okay.
basically. Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, with the song "When You Eat Your Smarties, do you eat the red ones last? Do you suck them really slowly or crunch them very fast? It's that candy coated chocolate. I'll tell you, da da da. When you eat your Smarties, do you eat the red ones last?" Something like
Oh, look
that.
at you knowing the theme song.
It's commercials, they stick in your
Yes.
head from a kid. Anyways, please leave us your favorite candy bar. Let us know all the different maybe candy bars that we should try from other countries. That could be fun.
Yes.
Let us know in the chat, please. Like this video. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to this channel as well as Entertainment in Color and Miss TJoy's YouTube channel, all social media platforms, so to keep in touch as to when we're going to go live to talk about this show. Anyways, you guys are great. Thank you for showing up and being here. We will be back sometime this week to recap the next episode, episode 9.
Next time we see y'all, it'll be December.
Oh my gosh,
Can
it's
you
December.
believe it?
It's true. We'll see you in December. Bye.